Hello guys, in this video we're going to be finding volume of prisms, okay? So let's just remember we've learned three different types of prisms. We've learned cube, rectangular prism, triangular prism, okay? And they have two bases, but we're only going to focus on one of them, okay? Now, the volume of the prisms has a unique formula. The formula says V equals capital B H, okay? B for volume. Capital B, you need to remember that it stands for area of the base. And the H is just simply your height, okay? Now, remember there's three parts to it. There will always give you two parts of the formula to find the third one, okay? So let's look at an example for each prism, okay? So let's find the volume of a cube first, okay? If we look at the volume of a cube, if we look at the cube itself, look at its base. The base is a square, okay? Now let's say that this edge here measures 7, okay? So if this edge measures 7, you know that the width is going to measure 7. You know that the height is going to measure 7 because squares have equal sides. So you're going to start with your formula. Okay, your formula says volume equals area of the base times the height. Okay, you can rewrite this formula as length times width times height, because when you find the area of your base is a square. How do you find area of a square? You're going to do length times width and then just simply multiply the height. So you would do for your base 7 times 7 times 7 for the height. So 7 times 7, that's 49 for the base, times 7 of the height. The volume would be 343. Okay, 343. Now the rectangular prism is very similar as well, just that on the rectangular prism, your base is a rectangle, but we're going to use the same formula, volume equals area of the base times the height. So volume equals area of the base times the height. Now, if you want to get the area of the base, if it's a rectangle, you're going to rewrite it as length times width times the height. Okay? Now, length times width for your rectangle, it's going to be 10 times 3 times the height, which is 4. So for your base, 10 times 3, that's 30. Times 4 of the height, my volume equals to 120. So again, if it's a cube or a rectangular prism, you can rewrite your formula as length times width for the area of the base times the height, okay? Now, the triangular prism, it's a little bit more unique because on a triangular prism, your base is, it says triangular, your base is going to be a triangle, okay? So it's going to work a little bit differently. So let's focus on the base first. Okay, I'm going to work this one two ways. Let's do it with the formula. So my base is a triangle, okay? And I like to cover everything else just to focus on my base. So my base is a triangle. How do you find area of a triangle? You do base times height divided by 2. So I would be doing 12 times 7 divided by 2. Okay, 12 times 7, that is 84. Divided by 2 gives you 42. So your base would have an area of 42. So for the area of the base, I already have it. I worked it out. I got 42. Times the height, it's how much it measures up and down. So my height is going to be 8. The 13 is an extra number to confuse you, okay? So my height is 8. 42 times 8 is going to give you a volume of 336, okay? So this is one way to work it out, okay? Another way is if you try to rewrite your formula to use the length times width times height. But since there's a triangle, you gotta remember to divide by 2. No matter what, there's a triangle in my base, I gotta divide by 2. So I would divide by 2. So I would rewrite it as length times width times height, and then divide by 2 at the end. Okay, so I would get the 12 and the 7, so 12 times 7 times 8 for the height. I would multiply everything and then divide by 2. When I multiply 12 times 7 times 8, I get 672, but I gotta divide that by 2. So my volume is gonna equal to 336. So notice how we get the same answer because we're still multiplying the same numbers and we're still dividing by 2. So that's very, very important in the triangular prism, guys. Okay, what happens if they give you the volume and you try to figure out the area of the base or the height? Okay, because remember that they're always going to give you 2 of the values and you got to find the third one. Okay, so let's look at an example. Okay, if I have the volume, if I have the height, and I want to find the area of the base, all I got to do is do the opposite of multiplying. So we would just simply divide the 2 values, the volume and the height. Okay, so this one, they're giving me my volume is 360 of the rectangular prism. They're giving me my height is 12, and they want the area of the base. Okay, so start with your formula, organize yourself. So I have volume equals capital B H. Okay, I do not know the area of my base, but go put the values that you know. Volume 360. The base, I do not know it. The height is 12. Okay, so what are you going to do with the 360 and the 12? You're simply just going to divide. So you're going to divide 360 divided by 12. That's going to give you 30. So the area of your base would be 30. Okay, so a final overview. If you're finding the volume of prisms, cube, rectangular prism, triangular prism, your formula is going to be volume equals area of the base times the height. Remember to focus and look carefully at your base of your prisms so you can know how to find the area of it. If you have any questions, let me know, guys. I am here to help you all out. Thank you.